What you're going to see here is a quick representation of a project's construction. We won't be showing all of it by any means, but some of the major systems. Here we see the grading excavation, and in this image we've given it a transparency for clarity. Here you see the basement plumbing waste layered in, and the underground ductwork. Now we'll turn off the grading layer so you can get a better look. Notice the yellow section of pipe. This is a run not shown on the plumbing P sheets, but was necessary in order to pick up the pool backwash. All of that piping you see is graded at 2%, as would be the waistline. You can see the layout of the ductwork serving this basement area. The red is supply, the blue return. This side view here shows how we have that plumbing waste at a depth to run beneath the underground ductwork. We include reference planes within the model so that any point along that sloping length of pipe, you can determine the invert by simply measuring to one of the reference planes. Back to an overhead view, and the light green piping layered in is the lower level drainage as shown on the civil plans. The dark blue pipe is the force main for those lower drains. Now we have turned on the mat slab layers, and you can see where the ductwork and piping penetrate the slabs. The locations for these penetrations can be measured for exactly locating them in the field. Here we show the retaining walls, and the green piping you see is the perf pipe subdrains. Were we to zoom in, you would see that the connection points to the lower drainage are also clearly shown and dimensionable. This is the lower floor structure and moment frames. Note the concrete deck, which is over the garage. There was no drainage design for this, but in researching the plans and details, it's obvious that a drainage system will be necessary. In this view, we've turned off that concrete deck layer, and you can see the drainage lines that we added in for that courtyard area. It's the light blue piping. We have found pathways for these. The two in the back will have to be run through the retaining walls and into the lower drain system and force main, while the front two we found a gravity path out. Getting around the steel beams was a challenge. Here we see the roof structure, and notice too the shear panel walls with the shear schedule noted on the wall. And here you see the upper level HVAC systems as represented on the mechanical engineering plans. We had to make a few modifications to the design. In one area the ductwork ran through a skylight, there are shear penetrations to review, ceiling heights compromised, and one area where the ductwork is above the roof. And the key here is, we know these issues exist, and so they can be worked out long before you get to that point in the construction of the project. The orange piping that just came on the screen is the flat roof drainage. We have found ways out of the building for all of it, although there will be some items to review with the structural engineer, beam penetrations and such. Again, you know about it long before you're there in construction and have plenty of time in which to resolve it. When we layer in the upper site drainage, the purple pipe, you can see the points where those roof drains tie in. Again, this can all be dimensioned. We'll leave you here with this final image showing the site walls, steps, driveway, etc. Understand that there is far more we left out in describing than we spoke about. And if you're curious to know more, send us an email and we'll be happy to show you. ClearPlan, taking the guesswork out of building your projects.